Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. And so we are returning to Captain of Industry here. When I last left you, I think we were going to be setting up some copper refinement. I'm not sure exactly. I like to play on a little and then kind of just start up. So we have our copper refining going here because coal and copper is coming in to this sorter, and that actually can go directly into our blast furnace here. That's making copper bars, and or rather, sorry, it makes impure copper, and then we have to purify it in the electrolysis, copper electrolysis with some water. So that's the extra step versus iron, where it does need to go through some, I don't know, whatever this water is doing to it. So that makes us our copper bars. And then I've got copper and rubber joined up here to make our electronics. So this is now our primary electronics production. Now, that said, I have left this going as well, with the idea being that our ship keeps bringing copper and rubber in. So I want that kind of emptied over here, and that will create more electronic parts over here as well. And I think eventually, oh, and we actually met our first pirate. So I haven't talked about this in the game at all, but essentially, combat's very simplified. Our ship has some combat rating, so do the pirates. If we lose, the ship gets damaged, comes back, so it costs us some resources, but that's all. Like, nothing else happens. So you basically hit these bottlenecks of pirates, and you have to start upgrading your ship with weapons. In the meantime, I'm just going to kind of keep exploring until until I've hit all the pirates. And yeah, so I guess we can look at some other things. So mind control. So, our limestone, yeah, has basically mined everything we had allocated. So we're just going to keep on. I think we'll just flatten this whole thing out, and let that keep going. So no more alerts there. And then how's our tech? So still haven't built a captain's office. I really do need to do that. I think it's also holding up one of the other techs. So I guess get rid of blueprints. We haven't irrigated our farms yet. Conveyor lifts, I haven't used one. I know I mentioned that. So it's like things like we can basically avoid a long ramp, and we only need 2 cells to lift and reduce. I'm not going to bother. Like, this would be a good spot to do it. I feel like we don't need, because yeah, I had a little, say this is an example of, you want to make sure the trucks can get through. So getting rid of like this ramp up would be, more likely that you don't have to worry about the trucks getting through. So anyway, I'm going to get rid of that. We'll just use them as we need them. Same with pipe balancing. That's exactly as you would imagine. You can prioritize, like have 2 outputs and prioritize one of them. So you have overflow opportunity. So we do have advanced logistics control now, which means that we can set up things like, well, for example, I've got like this wood storage right here, and we could basically set up a dedicated truck line to just take wood from here to our primary, wood consumption over here, where our construction parts are made. And that way we can prevent any of these trucks that are actually helping the loggers from making this long journey back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, which just, consumes maintenance and fuel. So if you think about it, like the trucks going back and forth like that, you have to think of it as it's eating iron, copper, and diesel or crude. Those are the rawest resources. It's eating all 3 of those raw resources just to keep running back and forth. So since I don't think there's any rush, let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a single truck and say accept assigned only, and we're going to have that export to over here. And so that way, and then what we could do is we could just set this to, basically remain empty. And since it's got a pre-assigned truck, I don't think this actually matters. I'm going to do that. Let's see what happens. So we should see an assigned truck go to it. Now, what I also want to make sure of though is I want to, if other wood sources, although we don't really have any other wood sources, honestly, but yeah, it does have the import route, and it does have accept cargo import only via the assigned routes set by this. So technically, yeah, the only thing that can ever bring wood in now is that one truck. Um, but I think that's fine. I mean, our only wood sources are the forest. So yeah. So then what I'm going to do here is let's just set up a couple more so we can just take a bunch of wood in. It's got problems because yeah. So what we want to do is this one's the export, but these we don't want set up to export at all. There we go. So yeah. So that's the problem is when you copy, you're taking the settings with it, but we don't want that. What? So yeah, we want wood is going to come in here. Um, yeah. So these guys are going to deliver the wood to here, and that'll just scoop its way down to this automatically. And then there's only a single truck that should be riding it back and forth. So this truck right here is basically, he's on just like the delivery. So this is the only truck that's going to be delivering that wood all the way from the logger trucks back to our thing. Now, I'm actually concerned that one truck might not be enough. I'm not sure what that distance. It would be cool to like kind of have an actual distance given. See, these trucks are also doing a lot of work. Oh, okay. I'm gonna speed this up. I just want to see. These guys should not. Oh, so what's going on there? What is going on there? Why are they delivering any? Are they delivering wood? Oh God, they are. Why are you delivering wood? Are you pulling it out of here? I hope not. And this should be. You cannot. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off of export. Whoa, I don't even know what was going on there. That was set to like allow export. Yeah, we're not gonna allow any exporting from there. So those, I don't know what those guys are gonna do now. They're probably just gonna put the wood in here. But yeah, they shouldn't do anything now. They're just idle and they have other jobs to do. But yeah, so the question is going to be is this sucking out more than 20 wood or more wood than that one truck going back and forth is going to be able to deliver? He should be almost like he should be like working non-stop. But yeah. Anyway, a lot of time spent on a little bit of logistics there. Hopefully there's some interest in that. If you're watching this type of stream, I assume you really do love it. So yeah, and so you see we made ourselves a nice flat area here out of some junk and other stuff. So we could do actually, oh, we've got eight. What have we got queued up? We actually have nothing queued up after the research labs. This is our next kind of tier. Because what I do want to do is, where are cargo? Yeah, cargo depots. Because we need to, I think the next sort of priority is getting oil in, really. Tree planting is pretty cool. I mean, but I'm not too worried about wood running out yet. Vegetables is probably the next one as well, actually. So this all helps with Unity. Our Unity is not great. I'd love to see this much more positive. Because we don't have the beacon turned on. The beacon costs one. Oh, another, yeah. So we send our ship off to yet another to get its ass kicked again. So yeah, I think we're hitting now our band of limit of where we can actually explore without getting attacked, but we'll give them other things a go. Oh, we never did it. I'm going to do deliver cargo. So I did. So we did accumulate the 120 construction parts to fix our oil rig. So we might as well get that underway, and we'll also need to fix this. That is 240 iron. Okay, that should be fine. We've got a surplus of that. Okay, so yeah, and you can see here. So 120 oil rig has been things. So we'll let the ship deliver that, and then when it comes back, it can do that. Actually, I'm gonna set this to load. Oh, and it unloaded it. Oh, that sucks. Where did it put it? There was 120 parts in there, and they're not in the shipyard. Oh, I hope they didn't. That's unusual, because usually, anytime you instant like materials away, they are. Yeah, I have no idea if that vanished or not. Oh no, okay. Oh, there's sort of in an invisible buffer. You see how when I unchecked it? Interesting. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, they're just sort of sitting in some invisible buffer over there. Let's just let it deliver. That's fine. You can see actually they started to deliver some iron there too, but how far is the ship? It's a little way away. Oh, I don't know. Sure, let's get the iron delivered. Okay. Whether the ship goes and does the iron first or not, I don't care. That's showing the iron there now. Interesting. I wonder why it doesn't show the parts show up. Anyway, so once that gets to 240, see if it happens before the see the trucks are coming in right there. Come on. 20 more. But I'm still going to have the oil rig first because I want the oil rig up and running so it can actually start getting. There we go. So now I'll go ahead and switch it over to the 120, and then shipload's overloaded. That's fine. Anyway, what's going on? So ship delivered cargo to oil rig. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I must have not seen the ship come in. So if there we go, the oil rig's being fixed. There's something goofy. It's not really modeling the actual travel properly. I think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. All right, load up the thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't care. Okay, so the oil rig. So basically, this will make 60 crude a second, and you can see this oil rig has 1 million in it, right? So we've only got, I think it was something like, what is it, 30,000 readily available at the island right now. 30 there, and I think there was another 20, like 50 in the accessible areas of the island, whereas there's 1 million on this one oil rig. So it costs Unity quite a lot when we really need to get our Unity up, and 36 workers if we want it at the full speed. You can actually reduce it. So I can bring it down to half, where we're only making 30 crude a second, and then we're using less crew and less Unity. And you can see it's starting to store it up. But yeah, so that's fine. Let's let them work on it and keep storing. So, there's 20 crew, there'll be another 10. See? So it's storing that up, and the cargo ship will go get that when we've got the cargo ship going. So, yeah, we want to deliver that. And now, see, he's going to go fix the cargo ship as well. And since we have the ability to make cargo ship, let's go ahead and where is it? Logistics, not vehicles. Oh, that's funny. No, we can fix the cargo ship. We can't actually build a dock for it until we've hit that hit that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this housing built just in prep. But yeah, I think I'd like to get to vegetables because vegetables are gonna be sort of the next big thing. You can see this shows you we're making all the Unity we can actually make. That's our max. So until we get some other kind of benefits, and vegetables are the next benefit. There is another one actually. Did we get to water? I might. Oh yeah, settlement water. So actually, I do need to do that. Oh, so that's interesting though that it doesn't. I thought it would tell us. Yeah, services. It's only showing food right now. So yeah, I guess it's just you don't sort of. It's not telling us. Well, hey, you actually have the tech. So we're gonna go ahead and give our colony water. Don't actually know exactly how much they need yet, but we'll have to see. So do see, it's like if we I hate to build on this end because I feel like, okay, so like this side I don't think we're going to be building out anymore, so I'm going to put the water over here even though it's not as convenient for getting our pipe to. So this is going to need water in and wastewater out. I believe this is all wastewater as well. So, the most wastewater what we're making, this distiller makes 15, the rubber maker makes 4, so that's 19. So I don't think our colony is going to make more, so we can just kind of pipe into that. So I think let's go ahead and bring, and we've got a 5 and a 4. I hate to go below 4 just because the bigger, we probably won't need it. That's fine. Okay, so let's bring our water supply out to this way, and let's do 5 to here, and then we'll go down to 3. That's fine. And we'll have it come in there. There we go. And there we go. Just do the same thing. Of course, here, for some reason, this got kind of out of shape. Let's just kind of have them run parallel then, I guess. Can it come back up to 4? Yeah, I don't quite understand why 4 got ruined there, but that's fine. Come on. Yeah, I think it's something to do with, I don't know. It's fine. We'll go at the like 1 level from this pipe. Okay, and then we're coming too far there. That's fine. So let's just end it there. Okay, build that, and then Oh, they're bringing water over. I forgot because, yeah, that's fine. All right. And we'll do like 4, bring it down. And yeah, bring it to that. Okay. Oh, did another little jagged. Hmm. Oh well. Fortunately, I'm not OCD about prettiness of these things. Okay, so yeah, so they brought water in by truck. I'm going to tell them don't do that ever again, because that's going to be piped over. So what is the water need right now? So it's 13. 13. So that's the other thing we have to keep an eye out, because remember our we can pump more, but on this pump we have to be mindful, right? This is a 48 pump. And so this needs 12, and then the other guys need whatever it was, 7 or something right now, 13. So 25, right? So we're okay on that pump, but we do not want to be, um, you know, we need to, you just have to keep mindful whenever you add consumption anywhere. So wastewater needs to come out. So I'm probably, let's just, maybe we send it back, back down this way, and can I get to 5? It's going to be a really weird. So come along this guy to 5. Look at that. It's so annoying. I want to follow it a little. All right. Come on. Come in this way. And I have 5 here. Okay. Perfect. And then right here, we're going to have it join right there. Okay. And, we're going to have to be mindful, as, like I said, with everything, right? There's our gunk going in the water. If we're sending too much wastewater in, but I believe the wastewater out, it looks about 1-to-1. See how 13 water in, about 10 out. I don't know if that evens up over time. But that should have generated more unity. And you can see we've gone up to 1.49 on the unity. Yeah, water's generating a full 1. So that's great. We definitely wanted that boost, since remember the oil rig, if we want to max it out, which we could do now. I mean, it is extra people as well. People are a bit low. But we're gonna want to get to like 60 on the oil anyway at some point. We're 60 right here, right? On these oil rigs working. I don't know whether to burn them out. It's kind of an interesting question. Is it better to burn them out, or like have some in reserve on the island? I think it's probably better to keep this and then just go, like, just set up the oil rig to be our replacement for those. And then if we get into any kind of crude emergency, we've got like a little bit of time to run the rigs on our island. All right, so what's underway? Vegetable farming. Yeah, so how do we get to... So cargo depots, to actually start shipping that oil in, we're going to need to get through this. So we did make the research lab. So we can make these lab equipments now with the same stuff. So this is where, the iron and copper use is definitely going to increase. I think we're going to need to build a second one of these. What is our sort of iron? Yes, we're making 24 iron. And current usage is about 14 there and 22, we'll say. Don't really know what this need is. Ugh, I don't want to do the math on it. You can see the global demand kind of moving around. But this makes 220. The global demand, so it's about a third. Right, so it's about 4 more here because it's 1-to-1. So what did I say? 21, 25. So our iron need is 25, and this is making 24. So we're getting close to that sort of like not making enough. So I do feel like it's worth, like, let's expand this 1 more. And what I'm going to do with this is we're going to have that go into the same slag repo. So what I want to do is flip it, I believe. Yeah. All right. And we've got plenty of unity. Let's just build it. What's that? Killed our construction reserves, but that's okay. And then, so this will go in to the other... Ooh. it was, there we go. Emptying this hasn't been, this looks fine. Yeah, as long as I keep emptying it. Okay, and then, so yeah, we do need to, so basically this is where, like, for instance, what we can do we raise this up to level 1? So we'll use a lift, see our lift being used for the first time. So I'm gonna just kill that. And so it's a U shape, so it's, it's that, so that'll go up to a level 1. And then this level 1, not sure why it's not letting me, there we go. So I'm not sure, I'm just gonna do a 5 out there, and we'll come along here. There we go. And so that's gonna be our iron, and then coal will just run underneath that. Like that. There we go. And yeah, I want that set to do not import. Go. Perfect. And build the lift. All right. So those should both deliver. Now, one thing, and you can see there's the lift conveyor working up. One thing I would also like to do is merge iron scraps. So our ship is. Oh, I just saw something bad there. What was that? Pickup is. Oh, what have I done? Yeah, I trapped this pickup. Oh, and yeah. This happens a lot. I trapped, so we can't get the slag out. So I've got a couple of options here, and I think my option. So either we have to raise these up, or I think I'm gonna have this slag come out to like a kind of a main exit here. So I want to have an iron scrap here. That's what I was getting at before. So we'll talk about that in a second. Iron scrap. Yeah, and that can be set to give, and that can definitely be a lower priority. And then I want a slag, and then we'll have that coming out the other way. All right, this is going to be slag, no import, and we do want it set to export. All right. Okay, and then we're going to have this fella, so we're going to need some lifts here as well. The lifts aren't free. I'm going to put it at 4 actually, because yeah, so I know that there's going to be an expansion coming where we have to crush the ore and all that. So I'm going to do that for now. We'll see if it might be overkill, but that's fine. Can't remember if a higher lift actually makes a difference, but yeah. So for instance, what I'm going to do here, we'll go along here, and yeah, so he's going to come down here. We'll get our other lift, and this is going to be an out lift. There we go. All right. And then I'm just going to beam this guy home. You can do that with, little Unity. And that way, yeah. So basically now, nobody... And then we want to set this no longer to export. Trucks cannot export from here, and they can't import either. So trucks are never going to try to get there anymore, which is the key. There we go. And they're just going to export from this right here. Just going to build these. Oh, and we don't have the construction parts. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so the iron scrap, the other thing we want to do with this is, yeah, I'm going to merge it in here where the iron ore is coming in, and we'll just set it to priority. Because basically, if you can make scrap, it's generally better than the ore. It doesn't produce slag. I think you get a better return on it. And, we need to send this scrap somewhere. So there's only ore there, but we are getting iron scrap back from our ships. We'll see what this location gives us. Oh, it gives us more pirates, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, I think we really are. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Maybe it's not all level 2 spots out, but yeah. So yeah, we're really, we'll see what damage it did. I'm curious. It's set to auto repair, so I don't really know. Yeah, our health is 1,000. Maybe we just run regardless. So we've got retaining walls now. It's pretty cool. You can see from this image what you can do you can build walls on top of the ground as it is and kind of create a little, like a rubbish dump, or just, materials you want to save for later that you'll then re-excavate. But the real main reason you want to use it is to dig down, and it will give you much more control over the terrain. Because without the retaining walls, the looser types of terrain just fall in. So yeah, you'll see that used once we've flattened everything out. But yeah, okay, so this ship came home. Yeah, it looks like it wasn't damaged. Did it? Yeah. Yeah, we haven't actually got new goods for a while now. Let's try this one. Probably regret it. All right. But hopefully this is still working. Yeah, we just gotta let construction parts build up again. Yeah, like having kind of one part extra making, like a lot of our parts are getting consumed by the making the yellow, but the yellow is now maxed out buffer wise. So this will start filling up again. Our construction parts 1 will start filling up. Something we haven't done, which is something really you start regretting when you realize what you've lost, but like we can put alerts on. So like I want to be notified if any of these are well, and that one is already under 50%. That's just so we can not get too many alerts. I'm going to go to 25%. So if any of these get under 25%, we know we're in trouble. Yeah, electronics is low though. Why is electronics so low? I mean, yeah, I guess we're just consuming it because you can see. And actually, we've got Unity to spare, so I'm going to go ahead and boost this one, so that doubles the electronics output there. And do we want to just want to make sure this electronics, yeah, I mean, it's definitely making it. It's just really killing it. Okay, so maybe we'll do a double boost. All right. Yeah, I don't like how low our electronics are. You can see all the way down at the bottom there. So, all right, location explored. Yeah, so you see how we're getting iron scrap in. So I want to be able to deliver scrap to our furnaces, have somewhere for it to go. Oh, and we found a new colony as well. So the different settlements, what they do for you is essentially you have different things you can trade. We've got our first set of contracts. This is ongoing. And these tend to be much more late game. You can also take loans on pieces as well. And then also you can immediately bring people in from the settlements. You pay Unity for them. But we can't do anything until we've sort of made friends with them. And the first way we do that is send them 80 construction parts too. So yeah, that's what that's for. We started with a level 1 with these guys. They're probably worth, yeah, let's do that actually. We're gonna donate to them and get our rep up with them. Of course, that will slow down the construction parts 1, but that's fine. Yeah, you can see, there you go. They brought some scrap here, but it's not going anywhere right now. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and balance that. So I'm going to do something like, I think the way to do this, so we'll get rid of 2 pieces there. And then I'm going to set this, I have to set this up to level 2, I believe. No, that doesn't look right. I guess it's a level 1. Oops. It's a level 1. There we go. And then, so that's going to go in. Is that not the same level? It looks the same level. Why is it not joining? Interesting. Oh, there we go. No. I've got the magnet off. There we go. All right. So he'll go in there. He'll go in here. And then our iron scrap will just go in there. And I'm going to just build that. And then what we're going to do is priority in the scrap. And so that way, and you'll see here, they're both going in, but once this actually starts moving, the scrap is going to come out first. What is going on here? I just realized, oh, I totally killed this furnace. Okay. So right here, Let's just get rid of that. Okay. And then I need this to go in here. So yeah. Let's do a little lift in right there. U-shaped lift. Inbound. There we go. And join up right there. Okay. All right. So yeah, that was bad. Stopped production on that one. So, and then, oh my gosh, I didn't join these guys up. All right. So that's 48 coming out here, and the thing uses 60, so we're fine for delivery. So what is going on here? Output full, slag output is full. Interesting. So what did I didn't get this lift built. You really have to debug a lot here. There we go. So that's finally heading out. All right, which means, yep, this is moving again. This is moving again. Fortunately, we had an iron stop pass. We're okay. Once again, let's get rid of no truck delivery anywhere, please. Yeah, no truck delivery. Okay. No truck delivery and no truck export. There is actually you can copy the settings like that. There we go. All right. So we should be getting 48 iron. Should be plenty right now. Yeah, this electronic's still very, you know, yeah. This is actually another one where maybe we have dedicated truck line. It's unfortunately quite a long journey. It's come down, so it'd be a very, very long conveyor. I mean, you can see here, if I, I'm doing it ugly because I'm not really going to build this. I was just curious what it would actually cost. So like something like that. You can see 165 parts 2, 166 rubber. It's really not as bad as I thought. And the other thing is the maintenance cost of a conveyor. So you can see this conveyor right here. Well, what's it? It's using 0.048 and 5 power. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know actually what I don't know the ratios of that. So yeah, I don't know. It's sort of like, well, what are you using in truck costs to kind of keep doing the back and forth? I mean, at the very least, I could probably at least get this one. See, this one's actually being delivered almost as soon as it's made. Yeah, I think we were just consuming a lot of electronics, apparently. I'm not sure where. The only consumption of these electronics is the maintenance depot and the vehicle parts, which, we haven't been building any vehicles parts. Yeah, where is that consumption? This is just slow to make. It must just be slow to make. I mean, yeah, even at boosted, it's 8 a turn, so maybe that's why it's just slow. I don't know. All right, so tree harvesters are done. So let's keep clearing out. Yeah, I think we want to keep clearing this out, honestly. Especially around here. Yeah. That's fine. I guess they'll keep delivering to this little wood in the middle. Eventually we'll get rid of that. Doesn't look like our one truck delivering the wood is, doing too badly with that. he doing? He's going a very long way. Delivering wood directly in. What are you doing? I guess he's just refilling himself. Yeah, the trucks go to refill themselves. So something else we could do is, we could build a fuel station down this side, um, and yeah, and just run the pipeline. A fuel pipeline running everywhere is really not an unusual thing. So we might do that, I think. Oh, we're not researching again. We're supposed to be building research lab parts as well. So I think let's get that done. Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out, well, why is our electronic parts so low? So we finally got that done. So yeah, what I want to do is where the electronics and mechanical parts are coming out, right here, I guess, technically where they're coming out. I want to be building some research parts as well. Yeah, so it's sort of like here, right? Yeah, yeah. So I mean, what I could do is, I don't think you're ever going to want to build more of these. I think we would just upgrade it a piece at a time. In fact, we can upgrade these right now. We haven't gone to the next level assembly yet. Um, so yeah, I think what I'm going to do is let's add here. We're going to add our lab parts. Oh, are we waiting? Oh, you need a level 2 to even make lab parts. Okay, that's fine. Go. And then, yeah, we'll just do move him in there. Him in. Oh, that's bad. Is that really not doable? How's that possible when this guy went in? Fine. Huh. It's because he was at level 1, and for some reason we went up to level. Oh, it was just to allow trucks through. Huh. Um. Oh, there are more electronics going in. Sorry, I forgot about that. That's where we're consuming more electronics over here as well. So yeah, that makes sense. Um, what is it's cheaper to do a lift? I guess a lift here is fine. Yeah, lifts aren't 100% free. That's the only reason I don't love. All right. All right. So let's do that. That'll get us some lab parts. Lab parts. Okay. Great. I don't think you really need to max, really overproduce these ever. Think, find out. I always tell myself, leave more space, then I never do. I wouldn't mind an excavator just like flattening this land. I feel like having extra land here is never going to be bad. Okay, so just skipping ahead here. So this is actually a playback, so I'm going to kind of start it and stop it. But essentially, I just finished fully refining the copper, and it was funny. So the goals were a little funky sometimes because they require you a specific thing. In this case, it wanted 2 rain harvesters, and then pump that water into the electrolysis. Now, I had already used a groundwater pump, so it didn't get completed. Anyway, so now it's completed. And then at that moment I completed it, you can see there's a ton of goals that have just been opened up there. So yeah, so essentially we've got water for the settlement because I'd already done that, which helped with Unity. We've got importing or improving slag export. I don't even know what that was for, but that got us a bunch of parts and fuel. What else do we have? Yeah, and then the fuel station. So that helped. That helps. Like now, the excavators will never leave the dig site. Trucks come and refill them. And you can see even more parts and diesel. And then now we've got the conveyor belts. So I did that ages ago. And then construction parts 2, which is the only way you can build conveyor belts. And then finally that copper production, which had just been kind of held up because I hadn't used the rain harvesters for it. So Um, yeah, and then here you can see another one is that like we've already been mining coal. So instead of because that goal wasn't even up, I didn't, it says you need to pause the coal makers because it was assuming you still had coal makers everywhere. So, now I'm going to build a coal maker just to pause it, just to get the goal completed. So really stockpiling a lot of resources here, which is fine. Helps give us time. So that leaves us just with the captain's office and advanced research. Now we have been producing the lab parts for that research. So we'll actually be able to get that going too very shortly. And then all this temporary stuff I put together just to get that goal in, I can get rid of that now. So we'll skip ahead. Okay, so everything's been cleared out, and now we're just figuring out the next thing. So, like I said, this is not live playback, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm getting rid of the text that we got. So, we've done a little of the advanced logistics. Haven't built the captain's office yet. Copper refinement is done. We've given the settlement water, and we're also pumping out their polluted water. Retaining walls, we'll do that at some point. It's just, it's not critical, but we'll need it when we start mining properly. Surfaces as well. Vegetable farming is definitely something we need to get done quickly or soon, because that's going to give us more unity. We also want to improve our relationship with the two nearby villages, mainly because that'll let us get more population quickly, which allows us to kind of bail on the beacon, which is a slow drip of population. Eventually, we'll actually stop population growth, but yeah. But since we've already been building those research lab parts, we definitely want to get a couple of labs up and going so we can go into that next tier, which has some, one of the key things of that next tier is actually the cargo ship. So, a while back, crude oil, the only crude oil we've got coming in right now is a reserve of 20,000. And that's really only, oh, it's a total reserve of 30, but I think we're already down to 20. And we're only getting half the diesel out of that, less than half the diesel. So, diesel will be hitting us very quickly. So, yeah, we want to make sure we can actually bring crude oil back to the island, which, we found a cargo ship, we found the oil rig, we just need to get that going. So we'll skip ahead again. So with the level 2 labs up and running, we can just get rid of those temporary old labs. No need, we definitely don't need 4 running and not ones that aren't able to do any of the later tech. And so, yeah, the new labs now require that one part to come in. Later, those labs actually will also spit out recycling, which is good. So here I wanna get like all this land kind of flattened out. If this is going to be my main manufacturing area for, it's handling maintenance parts, it's handling construction parts. So that's our sort of primary factory. I want to kind of flatten it out, and so this is a good spot because we're going to be able to flatten the mountain right to the left here, and then fill it in on the edges. So use some of that rock to just fill it in, and we have a bit of an overlapping mine control because the iron on that side. So at one point we'll merge them, or at some point we will definitely merge them. So we'll get one of our idle excavators over here to start mining that, and then dumping out as well. Skipping again. So it looks like power's a problem, given the lab's up and running. So we need another diesel generator for now. You can actually see, so one of the goals is to research the next level of power generation. So that's going to be our coal power plant. And we're mining coal, and there's a lot of coal at the beginning, fortunately. So really getting to coal power plant is definitely the next step. No reason to burn even more diesel that we're not even producing very efficiently. But for now, it needs to get resolved right now. So let's just throw in another diesel generator, essentially. Um, we Looking at the fuel bar on the right hand side, or the diesel, we're in the green, so we're still not consuming more diesel than we're producing, even though we're basically producing, I think, 27 a minute. So we're not consuming 27 a minute yet, which is good. The fuel generators only, these diesel generators only consume 3 a minute, I believe. So it's nine a minute of the 27, and then the rest is what the vehicles are using. So I think we're okay. Um, so yeah, that gets the labs working again properly. So after sorting out just the mining there, so it looks like we have we have a minor unity deficit, and you can see a lot of it's just coming from, well, I mean, running 2 research labs costs something. We've got a few boosters going. That's for the electronic parts. Could actually probably ease back on that, and upgrade the assembly machines instead. Um, but then also, we have already researched vegetables, and vegetables brings in another unity boost. So that's really going to be the next thing we'll want to do. So basically add a farm for vegetables. And yeah, I mean, pollution, we can't do a lot about it. Like, this is so the dirty water pollution, which is definitely the biggest contributor right now. Wastewater treatment, that is, yeah, in this research tree, you can see it's beyond research lab parts 2, which is then beyond construction parts 3. So yeah, you're not really dealing with pollution issues until later game, like mid-ish game. So yeah, you really want to just kind of keep getting unity boosts. So vegetable farm is going to be the next thing to tackle here. But I think we'll leave that for next time. So yeah, thanks for joining. As always, we've kind of moved along a bit. Yeah, it's a slow crawl game. So I will see you then. Bye for now.